I have no doubt something you guys may be hearing about really often. Maybe you yourself innocently partake in this conversation is how things are getting expensive due to political reasons, inflation, whatever it is that's causing this stuff. Conflicts, wars, disease. We get it, you get it. Prior to this, there has always been debate about prices and the, you could say, categories that suffer more than others. And I remember that years ago, I'm talking about like 2017-ish or so, I caught a brief trend, or rather, I caught a trend briefly talking about the pink tax. And when I kept reading people's examples about it, I was never convinced that the pink tax was real. And I checked on my channel, I didn't find an official topic about it, but I remember that one time we discussed it briefly. It might have been over stream, but I just know that I said, to me, it's not real. I'm not convinced. I simply think that this is people misunderstanding marketing and misunderstanding the cost of production. And because of a certain group of people's tendencies, it will create differences in pricing that, because of the political landscape of trying to score points with making one side of the argument look more demonic than the other, you would rather just sit there and try to call it out for being evil and trying to keep you down, as opposed to you realizing that this is simply marketing working on you psychologically like it's intended to. But I guess it is harder for you to accept that and to maybe have self-control with your spending because your values need to be verified, and instead you just want to declare that the world is out here to get you, as opposed to, yeah, they're trying to get you, but you don't have to succumb to it. So today I wanted to make a part one of that subject, and it's going to do with things that I'm happy I don't spend money on. And this was inspired since forever, but yesterday, Valentine's Day, I was able to finally have the best clarity on the subject. And the first thing I want to say, I'm glad I don't spend money on, is going to be very generic and simplified, but it is holiday themed things. I understand that certain items are seasonal. Say, not everybody has chocolate covered strawberries available year round, but it is understandably something that is very expensive for its season. A strawberry and a chocolate by themselves are going to cost a certain amount, but when you take those two together pre-made, it's going to be much more expensive for a basic smaller serving. Say if you have a thing of 6 strawberries and those 6 strawberries have chocolate on half of their body, and somehow those are priced at over $10, what do you think it's a better buy? For you to buy the strawberries separately and the chocolate separately and find a way to melt the chocolate and then dip your strawberry into that, wait for it to cool off a little bit and consume it in that fashion, or the convenience of it being pre-made? That is a waste of money. You're paying for the labor of the person who had to do that work, plus pack it in a way that it keeps it secure. Yes, that is wasteful. Why are you buying that when you could get the same thing, perhaps looking a little bit different, but it's the best deal, the most cost efficient way to go about it. So basically, I'm just glad that the holiday theme of things don't really influence me into overspending when I don't mean to. Now, things like pumpkin, I can understand. Again, that's not something that's available year round, but I prefer to wait toward the end of that season so that I can buy the things when they're on their way out, because they're going to be on sale and everybody else has had their fix. Therefore, it's less likely to be out of stock anyway. Right there It is a game of patience, and it is a game of not having to participate on something at the same time that everybody else is. You guys know this one, it's very evident and it's no secret, but I'm proud that I don't ever waste money on makeup. Because again, I guess it works for some people, but for me, I just don't understand the point. I don't understand the obsession with altering your appearance or concealing things that don't really need to be concealed. You have skin texture, you have skin imperfections, you will have breakouts that in the same manner they show up, they're going to go away. And all you gotta do is do your part at helping your skin to have a better appearance. But it's just crazy to turn that into a habit that is consuming so much of your time, so much of your money. Because when I looked at makeup last time walking by shopping with my mom, makeup was super expensive, and I said even if I wanted to wear this and I did it regularly, I can't imagine budgeting for that. Magazines are something that I can say I see coming through the line much less. I certainly don't sell as many of those things as I used to maybe 10 years ago. But I will say that I personally, as a consumer, have never ever bought a magazine. And I know that I talked about this on another topic the other day, but it's just if there's information I'm looking for that a magazine may present, I get the idea for the topic on the magazine, and now I can just go online in my own spare time and research whatever idea came from that magazine. But I don't need to buy the magazine to access that. And even online, when you go to news sites or magazine sites and they have that paywall, I'm like, oh, okay, you don't want to tell me about the moons of Saturn for free? Then how about if I go online, look it up, and I can also access the images with multiple sources talking about this subject? Or the emotions of cats. Okay, it's in a magazine. Great. It doesn't mean that I cannot go on YouTube and look up cat experts who have willingly shared their experiences with cats and whatever they know about cat behavior. There, I waived the cost. I did not need the print media version of this information. I found it in other ways. And I guess another related thing would be cooking books. I have never purchased a cooking book. I have never read a cooking book. But if I ever needed ideas on how to mix certain flavors, maybe a flavor that I wasn't familiar with, say saffron, what makes it so expensive, what does it even taste like, what would I do with this, that would be an example of something that I would consider looking it up beforehand before I actually cook with it. Even though as soon as I smell it, I would probably figure what may go well with it, given that it's something so rare, so unfamiliar to me, and so expensive. I would certainly consider getting some advice beforehand. I don't know anyone who uses saffron. I have never seen anyone in my family using it. I have heard it being mentioned, but it's not like I have any experience with it. That would be an example of something that a cooking book maybe would have taught me about, but again, I have another way of accessing this information in a more convenient and cost-effective way. After I'm done with this book, say I memorize the recipes that I felt were practical for me, then what? Another book that's going to collect dust. Streaming subscriptions, I'm pretty grateful that I happen to have a deal with a friend in which we can pretty much share that, and my boyfriend pretty much owns the Netflix subscription. I happen to not need or be interested in Netflix anyway, but I find that YouTube, for instance, what it does supply me with, it's sufficient. I have never felt like, oh my god, I have nothing to watch, I have nothing to see, I'm not satisfied or happy with the things that are given to me for free. And nowadays, as you can probably observe, I have less time to be a consumer of YouTube, and that is because I'm becoming a producer of YouTube content myself. And it's also beneficial for me because I do this for myself and I feel the excitement of creating something, and also the three of you I talk to, I also look forward to seeing what you guys have to challenge me with or inspire me with, teach me about. But outside of that, I just think it's crazy that something that we already have access to, which is entertainment. For some reason, we still need an upgraded version of it, and we will recur to other streaming services. And something like YouTube, for instance, again, completely free, but I guess its updated version would be something like Netflix. I don't get it. I just think that there is so much entertainment that if anything, we need a filter on entertainment, perhaps limits on entertainment. Other kinds of subscriptions, I guess, could be services like, have you guys ever heard of how you can have subscriptions to things for them to be mailed to you at your home? I'll never forget the toilet paper subscription I heard about years ago. That is something I would never subscribe for. My consumption of paper varies here and there. I like that when I see it running low, I go out and I get it. I don't have to have it scheduled in any way. The only thing I have scheduled, you could say, is my payment for my cell phone bill. And that's about it because I have the money for it no matter what. I don't have to worry about budgeting it and manually controlling at what time it comes out of my account because I have to time when I get paid like I used to years ago. But subscription services in general, they feel like a commitment that is a little pushy, and I don't like to feel artificial commitments. I'm committed to me. I'm committed to my life here at home. I'm committed to my job. But to a subscription, especially for entertainment, I should have a say over when I consume something. And because I started off with it being free, like say YouTube being my first source of entertainment like that, then I just value this too much. Now, if YouTube began to require a subscription for you to consume it, more than likely I would consider not getting it. And I guess my days YouTubing would be over. But I'm also grateful that not all creators require their content to be behind the paywall. There are some content creators I really like who do have a members only thingy going on. But the way I look at my stuff and my channel and my intent with this business, this is for me, for my development, also the friends that I have made along the way. I just want you guys to continue to have a good time here, just like you have shared that somehow I provide you, which I never thought would be possible. Why would I take that away from you? Members only, the business side of things, like I have said before, I think the moment I make my hobby into a business is the moment I may start ruining it a little bit. And I just hope that people just continue to accept me for who and what I am. This is how I would be in real life. Why would I go out in real life going like, oh, you want to talk to me? Oh, no, you gotta subscribe to me first. You gotta pay a fee first before you get to interact with me or hear from me or have thoughts from me or get a favor from me. That's just stupid. Expensive clothes, everything that I have pretty much came from a thrift store, especially name brand things. Nike, for instance, I had shoes bought for me when I was like 10 years old. Mom bought me a pair of the Cortez. They were white and baby blue. And that was pretty much my first experience with something Nike for years. And then after that, we got those blue shoes that I showed you guys about, the Presto, that I was crying about. I'm like, those look so cute. Those look so cool. I want to give them a shot, see what they're like. And they were definitely cool. Then something like the shoes that my godfather bought me when we hung out a couple years ago. But again, those were things that I pretty much didn't get. It was something that either it was provided for me or I got assistance at getting it. Even for the Prestos, I had a friend be like, oh, those look like shoes that would look cool on you or something like that. I can help you get them, something like that. I honestly don't remember how that conversation went. But if it were up to me to this day, I still wouldn't have tried them. Anything else? A friend of mine gave me for Christmas some 6 years ago. So again, I didn't buy this. I have no idea how much it cost originally, but it's certainly something that based on the brand and based on how it looks and feels, it's at least $30, maybe even more. Anything else that I shared with you guys that might have been fancy, I pretty much scored somewhere else, thrifting or something like that, because again, I don't value those things. I don't value brands. But say for instance with Gymshark, I found that I like it. It's a cool brand. They have cool leggings and stuff. But I'm always gonna try to buy their stuff either when it's on sale or score them online super cheap, or if I get lucky at the thrift store, which I haven't been to a thrift store in like 2 years now, then I got lucky and period. But it's something that I can spend the money and I don't have to feel the pain of I spent, I don't know, $70 on this pair of leggings. I gotta be careful. I don't want them to get wet in the rain. I don't want them to have pilling. I don't want them to get wrinkled, anything like that, or stretched out. It's if they get damaged, if they rip, if they tear. I loved on them. I enjoyed them. I wore the crap out of them, guilt free. It cost something within my budget and not something like because I spent a big deal of money on this, it's going to spend more time hanging in my closet or folded in my closet because they're just precious and I should wear them for special occasions. No, the special occasion is now while I'm still alive, able to move and wear it. And then I guess on the note of clothes, matching outfits, usually some things are sold as a matching set. But if that matching set has the option of, say, I like the jacket more than I like the pants, then that's what I'll do. I'll just buy the jacket and leave the pants behind. And then I'll figure out ways to create an outfit with what I already have at home. But at this point, I don't need to buy any more clothes. I'm trying to get rid of them actually. And it's one of those things that sometimes when I see certain sets, I'm like, this is an $80 set with ugly pants, but the jacket is cool. And the leggings I have at home are better because they're fitted and these pants are loose. I don't like loose fitting pants. Why would I buy the pants if I'm gonna buy it for the jacket? It's either I can buy one piece of it or I don't buy it at all. But there are some people who really like to have the matching set for everything. If it comes with the shoes, with the headband, with the wristband, with the jacket, with the shirt, with the pants, with the socks and all that, I just can't do that. I used to think matching sets were cool as a kid, not gonna lie. It made me feel like, I don't know, I look like a Power Ranger or something crazy. But as an adult, it's just silly because sometimes you'll end up wearing that stuff not even matching together. You'll wear them separately. Now, the matching set I'm excited about is wearing suits, body suits. So, like one piece is the whole body with the sleeves and the leg parts and the tummy, everything matches. Well, there you guys have it. That's it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Those are some examples, definitely not an all encompassing list of things I'm proud I don't waste money on. This is just to get the ball rolling. If I think of some more, I will make sure to give you a part two to this, but I just wanted to really get this started. Things I'm glad I don't spend money on. Maybe I should make a topic on things that I should stop spending money on, but probably won't because as someone who works, I have a right to enjoy life. You know, I work, I make money, let me enjoy some of it. Might as well. Okay, that's it. Bye.